welcome to Max Regen. Now, things have changed. That's not JB. This is a chap by the name of Kieron Maughan, and he is working on a project called Rockstars Cars. So I thought I'd drag him along to find out what is happening with Rockstars and electric cars. So Kieron, tell me a little bit about Rockstars Cars.
Right, so it's a bit of a labour of love.
Right.
So it's taken, it's an also on the side project, so it's taken us a while to get to where we are. And we haven't ever made a television programme before. So it's been a bit of a learning.
A bit of a steep learning
Steep,
curve.
yeah, a bit like a mountain. But we've got there, cool. And we've got some good people work with us, and like you guys.
JB is here, he's behind the camera again.
And today we interviewed, I was interviewed by Jonny Smith. And Jonny Smith and I are going to work on the project moving forward.
And of course, Jonny Smith is into electric cars quite well.
He is indeed.
So we will try to grab him at some point in the future and have a chat.
Yes. So electric cars and rock stars. So the only one I know about at this point is Gary Newman. And Gary Newman has one of those really cool things. Now, what's the name of it? It looks like an Aston Martin Rapide.
Right.
And it's not. And it's a special electric car that they started in about 2012, 2013. And they're about £150,000.
Okay.
And I think I put something on Twitter about the electric car.
Right.
And out of all the electric cars, that was the first one that I ever saw and went, whoa. Because it looked arguably better than an Aston Martin Rapide. Ooh. Which is a pretty thing in itself. Yeah, Gary Newman's got one. I think it's black. It's pretty cool.
Fair enough. So you're obviously a rock star's sort of dream.
Yeah, you see, yeah.
And the cars, you're into your cars.
I like big, fast, loud, shouty stuff.
Right.
So most of the cars I own are V8s.
Excellent.
That's a straight six, and we've got a Porsche that's a flat six, but it's got to have at least 6 cylinders.
So, will you be buying an electric car?
Well, do you know what? So I went to see Fully Charged live, and it was really good. And there was some good classic car conversions there. There was that Ferrari 308 GTE, which I thought was a nice play on words. That looked great, and actually arguably considerably faster than the original Ferrari. It was, you don't get the Ferrari noise, but pretty cool. But I drove my first electric car.
I've recently driven my first electric car. JB let me loose behind the wheel of it, behind Leafy Leaf, yes. Oh. Interesting experience, isn't it?
I really enjoyed it, actually. It was an i3, and I quite like the idea of the i3 of the range extender.
All right, yes.
So the next thing we might actually buy might be an i3 with a range extender. I liked how it felt.
Cool.
In electric mode. It felt seamless, it felt nippy. I don't think I'm personally quite ready for Tesla yet. Although my friend nearly did buy a Tesla, and we liked the whole farty noise thing.
Oh yeah, I've played with one of those. That's quite funny, isn't it?
That's good fun. So it's good fun, but I'm not sure I'm quite ready to hang up my V8 Spurs yet.
Right.
But I get the feeling that the political bias in the world wants us to get rid of our V8 Spurs. So I think an i3 would be a good tip in the water, toe in the water.
So would you have the i3 as, say, your weekday car, and then keep all the other toys?
Well, again,
for
that could work. I mean, fundamentally, most of the journeys I do are under an hour.
So an
i3 would actually make a sensible thing to own, a quiet thing to own, a nice thing to drive.
And the fact that they look a bit like Stormtrooper.
Yeah, especially in the white colours, they look nice.
White and black.
But I'd be tempted to buy a 3-4-year-old one.
Right.
That's depreciated a lot of its money.
Because they are quite expensive.
They are, yeah.
And I don't think you can buy the Rex ones now. They're not making the Rex ones anymore.
No, so you need to buy one of those.
You're going to have to buy a second-hand
one anyway, yeah. And the only other thing that sort of would preclude me from fully electric cars is the fact that I'm not exactly what you call together in my geography. So I was just saying earlier that when I was growing up, I learned my knowledge of great music and classic cars. I'm sitting in the back of mum and dad's car on a Walkman reading classic and sports car. So I've no idea where anything is in the UK.
Because you weren't looking out the windows?
Because I wasn't looking out the windows, no. And my dad said my geography would be bad because of that, and it is. But I know a lot about cars and music, so that kind of worked. So I rely upon sat-nav very heavily.
Right, same as me. I couldn't find my way out of a cardboard box.
So I'm not necessarily sure, relying fully on the Tesla power thing, I'm quite together enough for that yet.
Fair enough.
I can see I've got some friends who swear by Teslas and they love them. So I think it's coming to all of us. But then also we've got the hydrogen cars. I mean, that sounds a good idea.
Apart from hydrogen does go pop in the wrong way occasionally.
Yeah.
Storing it, I think, is going to be a bit of a problem. So, to sum up, big petrolhead, big petrolhead, but you can see a future in electric cars.
Yeah, I mean, the whole experience of driving one is nice and it's relaxing. It's a different experience to screaming around in an E-Type or the little Mini Cooper we've got. You just...
And it's funny because we were talking to Jonny before he ran off, and he said the same thing. People just need to get into the cars and drive them, and then they will realise that they're not maybe as bad as everybody makes out. So anyway, I've taken up far too much of your time, and you've probably got more work to do. So thank you ever so much. Quick plug for Rockstars Cars.
So yeah, hopefully we'll be on screen soon. We do great stuff on social media, so follow us at Rockstars Cars on Twitter.
Excellent. And don't forget, you can follow us on Twitter as well as on Facebook and Instagram. All the details are on our website at www.maxregen.co.uk. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe underneath this video, and we will see you again very soon. Kieron, thank you very much. Cheers.